Greetings, race fans, and welcome to this special U.S. Army Racing video vodcast. I'm your host, Sergeant Kim Williams. The drivers in the NASCAR circuit enjoyed a rare summer weekend off ahead of this weekend's Brickyard 400, but the NHRA series continued a grueling stretch in the rainy Pacific Northwest. Sergeant First Class Scott Malone reports on a wet and wild weekend for the U.S. Army Top Fuel dragster.
Mother Nature may have been the toughest opponent Tony the Sarge Schumacher and his U.S. Army dragster faced all weekend long. A persistent rain wiped out Friday's qualifying session, and the wet weather threatened to postpone Sunday's finals into Monday or Tuesday.
That's the toughest thing in the world, man. When you're expecting rain, we got up this morning, 100% chance of rain. There was absolutely no way we were going to race. And you get to the track, you do your speech in the morning, and it's not raining.
After a delayed start Sunday morning, Tony got things heated up in a hurry with a scintillating pass of 4.51 at more than 333 miles per hour, good enough for a track record en route to advancing into the semifinals. And in the semifinal heat, Tony took down J.R. Todd by a very slim margin, sending the Sarge into his fourth final of the year where he met Brandon Bernstein. And the final proved to be even closer than the semi, as Tony's whole-shot victory proved his reaction skills are still among the very best in the series.
It's one of those things. You get to the final round, you do what you got to do. In all fairness, man, we both did what we had to do to win that race. It was a great race, and I'm sure at the finish line it was just a matter of inches. Awesome.
The final margin of victory was just 2 feet and gives Tony his third win of the year. Reporting from the Schucks Auto Supply NHRA Nationals, Army Sergeant Scott Malone, Seattle.
The win moves Tony up to 4th place in the latest Top Fuel standings and all but assures the Sarge of making the final 8 in Top Fuel's chase for the championship, with just 3 more weeks of racing left in the regular season. The full circuit moves to Sonoma, California for this weekend's Fram Autolite NHRA Nationals. Meanwhile, the U.S. Army Accessions Command reports the Army has met its recruiting goal every year for the past 4 years. One of the ways they've done it is by reaching out to America's youth in unique and innovative ways. Engines roared at Pacific Raceways in Kent, Washington, as National Hot Rod Association drivers anxiously wait for their chance to race down the track. But while racers took their mark at the start, some young men and women are also lining up to start their new lives as Army soldiers. Recruiters, along with about 20 delayed entry program enlistees, were invited to be special guests of the Army racing team. And one squared away recruit won the honors of being a crew member for the day.
I basically just did everything that I was supposed to do, and listened to my recruiters and showed up on time.
Recruiters follow Army NHRA racer Tony the Sarge Schumacher and his crew to racing events to not only bring speed, power, and a winning attitude to the racetrack, but to also bring that Army-strong knowledge to young fans.
With racing, you see that the teams work well together. So it's basically, in comparison to the Army, we work well together and we succeed.
While avid fans have the opportunity to get autographs and pictures with the Sarge, the recruiters also get the chance to talk with some potential recruits at the Army tent, all while having fun at the races.
For 6 years we've been doing it. It's been fantastic. It's gotten better every year.
As the full NHRA circuit, to include Pro Stock motorcycles, moves to Sonoma, California for this weekend's Fram Autolite NHRA Nationals, second place Angelle Sampey will be looking to close the gap on series leader Matt Smith. Shifting gears back to NASCAR, Mark Martin returns to the 01 U.S. Army Chevy for this weekend's Brickyard 400. We'll be there to bring you all the action next week, right here on your U.S. Army Racing Vodcast. That's all the time we have for now. Until next week, I'm Sergeant Kim Williams, saying so long and enjoy the racing.